Action, action, action. I'm level 27 Marker Man, and this is Let's Play my FF1 Hack.
And it is dang hot in here.
Yep. Yep. Oh well, just being sure. You know this layout, I didn't change it very much.
Yep.
But what happens if we go to where the boss would be in the original game? I don't think I showed that when we were here.
Now it's a deep dive. This is one of the larger dungeons.
Uh-huh. Well, sort of.
Well, in vanilla at least.
Well, there's some. Well, there would have been a fiend orb here. Where you have to beat all 4 of them, and since last time, my levels have gotten pretty high by comparison.
Ah, the power of off-screen grinding.
I beat up a bunch of Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
T-Rex steak for days.
The irony is I didn't even come up with a consistent strat to kill them all. I just had to do slightly different things each time, so... I have a montage. I have a video for it that'll be, like, sped up, so...
Now I'm reminded of the first season of Dragon Ball Z where Gohan's living on that island and he cuts off a piece of a T-Rex's tail for breakfast every day once it gets good enough.
Okay. So, and now, we're about to fight one of the hardest super fights in the entire game.
Holy D, Batman!
Yep. Alright, there it is. The Holy Dragons. They have 3,000 HP. They're dragons. Da da da. They have 100 strength, 1 crit, 2 hits, 128 hit percentage, 100 defense, 143 magic defense. Their morale is not 255, it's only 200. Okay, now, here's the hard part. They have spells and abilities. Magic is Fade and Cure 4. It's a 32 out of 128 to use magic. And if they don't do magic, they're going to use their abilities, which are Trance, which tries to put all of us into stun state, and then they use Purge 3 times. Which is that strong single-hit spell that Luna could use, but she didn't. And that's 64 out of 128. And they resist everything except dark. And they're not weak to anything. And the worst part is there's 4 of these things.
Yep.
So, you want my first runs, I didn't grind before I fought any of the supers, so these guys were ridiculous. So, yeah, let's just go full blast speed. No fast. Get going. We want to just bring their numbers down as soon as possible.
Nope, there's a fade.
Oh, and I also realized something. What the black cloak actually does in this game. I forgot what it did. Oh, shoot. What it actually does is it casts Fade.
Ooh.
Which is weaker than Nuke, so... It's kind of like a mini Nuke that you can use items on. But the white mage can't equip it, so... Alright.
Reminder of that super useful judgment staff in the GBA version of vanilla.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna use Help, just to because it's gonna cure the stunning. She's probably gonna have to heal heavily every turn now. So let's nuke them. A few of them used Trance, didn't they? The ones with Trance are gonna do a lot of damage if they use their ability again.
Unfortunately, I was not looking at what they were using. I was looking at the HP totals.
Attacks are the ones we want them to do. Attacks we can handle. This one has some amount of damage. Go to the next one. You be sure this one's dead. Heal 3, just to be sure. And, a nuke again. Because they're numbers, so... I mean, Ruin might work, because they're not resistant to dark.
Okay, there's a chance, but it was ineffective.
part of the reason I have them cast is what if they go late? Oh, there we go. Well, it wasn't a strong version of it, but that's still not bad for a spell. Damage, so... And high levels raise your magic defense. Oh, yeah.
Nice crit. Another crit.
Although I did find, for my practice, for my last run, where I did do grinding before them, these guys are much more easily if you just grind.
Universal law of JRPGs.
You know what? Nuke, because I don't know which one... Oh, there's another problem. They can sometimes perfectly heal their allies.
Yep.
And it's just Fade and Cure 4. Neither of which is a good option, if you think about it. Oh, wow. We've gotten lucky. They did not, like, spam Purge on us. We only got one Purge attack that did, like, 200. This is going to go really well. Nothing can go wrong with this one. Nothing!
Three down. Yep, this is the...
Yeah, I didn't jinx it at all. Not one bit. I will win.
Yep. Safe!
And I beat the whole jinxing phrasing. Yes! It was one of those situations where I knew I would. Goodbye, Punch Glove. Which, I know it casts a spell, but...
The Aura Robe.
As...
Well, the Aura allows you to use your limit break at any time. You're playing the wrong game.
Alright, so Absorb is that, blah blah blah, and Evade. Those are the two things it would affect. Let's see. Alright, so what does this do for your Evade and Defense? 99! Not bad. So it's basically the best armor for at least the two mages. Either of them could equip it. I don't know if the all-wizard can equip it or not. Maybe. But if he can, it's his best armor too. In this case, it does have a cast effect. And it's a really good cast effect, but not broken. Well, it is broken, but not too broken, I don't think. It's Cure 4.
Yeah.
But...
Not only on the user?
Yes. So... That's how it's not too... Oh, well, we have to beat the boss again.
Oh, well.
Or we have to take the long way out. Which I did realize, that's another way to get through the Dark Dungeon much faster.
Yeah, once again, gotta beat the heat.
Just in case. What is Mercy again for this case? I don't know. Heat. I mean... Yeah, that's... well, not like I care. Also, I think the levels boost our magic defense. Just by getting levels. So that's really helpful. Because it was really bad, because... This is where that Holy Dragons one was the one where it's like, yeah, the magic defense should be totally reversed, because the mages were dying before the physical fighters.
Aha.
Upon taking spells. But it's sort of like... At the end of the day, if they're treated... aside from area of effect, wizard types are just weaker because they have less HP. Usually. In terms of if we look at how things are usually constructed. Alright. So there's only 2 more super boss fights left. And, if it wasn't for the shortcut, I would probably have to end and just jump to them.
I was about to say, well, we're swimming in all this gil, but we still go to the cheapest inn.
Well, it's only 11 minutes. Now we have to do this. The only other thing would be, there's 2 areas that have interesting encounters. But I don't even know if that'd be worth showing. Because I know one of them has an enemy we have not run into yet. But I think that enemy can appear in the finale spot. And the problem is, it is a color swap of something, and it is an interesting idea, I think. So that's the only problem with it. And we haven't run into it, so... If it wasn't for those reasons, I'd just say skip it. We haven't run into a manticore, but I don't care about that.
They were a nuisance in my LP that just kept poisoning my characters.
Let's see. Well, but the... what I'd want to show is the alternate version of the Chimera I made.
Yep. Is it green?
What?
Is it green?
It's a light green.
Yeah, that's. I think that's how it appears in vanilla too.
No, it's darker green actually. It's like light green and blue. It looks like planet Earth colors, kinda. I forget exactly why. But I'll just name it. Name it at least. It's called a Natera.
Sounds like a natural element.
Well, it's like if it's a naturally occurring chimera, not a man-made one.
Aha.
Kind of a weird idea. And it's weak to poison and stuff. Or no, I forget what it. Nah. But
probably weak to toxic.
I forget I forget exactly how it works. Oh well.
It's the Captain Planet of chimeras.
Actually, I don't know if that's quite true because I don't know if I interpreted the poison as like artificial poison or natural venom. Which at that point, natural venom is a thing. So I don't know which line of thinking I dominated though. That's the only problem.
Well, there's also the irony because a lot of antivenoms out there utilize natural venom as part of the process of making them.
What's this guy doing in the sun tower?
Well, ironically, he is in the shady side.
True. And if we run into any blue dragons, they are toast.
No, just a large group of mummies and a bird.
Flame.
A bunch
Dragon.
of mummies and the Egyptian god Horus. Okay.
And now let's show off the black robe awesomeness. Because we're probably going to get to it, because I don't know... Well, maybe. Because of that robot mummy in there. And it would be resistant to fire. There we go.
There we go.
It's basically Fade. Well, it couldn't be nuke level. Who would put an item that casts nuke in this? Who would think to do that?
The developers of the FF1 port of vanilla.
And since we've beaten all of them, we have a shortcut up. We don't have to go all the way through the lightning cave to get here.
Oh, good.
So that's why I didn't have to do a weird thing with that. And if you think about how it works, it also means we won't have to deal with something. Oh yeah, we won't have to deal with the ship shenanigans. Because we can land right here now. So basically for revisits, it's not inconvenient anymore. That's all. But, and you know what? I think that is the better way to approach it. Like, the first visit through should be a journey. But the second visit, be nice to the player.
Yep, that's actually the case in what I'm playing right now. It's the isometric Legend of Zelda style game where, of course, you go through different areas and islands and caverns, and once you get to the end, you open up a little shortcut that you not have to go through everything all over again.
Although, the cool thing with the it being attached to the items, it doesn't get named when it's attached to an item. So I can pretend that's not actually the light spell, it's actually a dark, it's like a mini nuke. That's what I can pretend it is. Right? See?
It works.
Video games are illusions. As long as it looks sounds and feels right, you're good.
I'd just like to see a spin-off comic of like the Heroes of Light or the Light Warriors handing down their equipment to their kids, and the kid accidentally tries on one of the shirts, and it just freezes the entire house, like the black shirt from Vanilla, just by accident because they didn't quite know what they were doing.
Well, given the ending, who knows what really happened?
It happened, but it didn't happen.
Exactly. Okay, let's see. And the last two are actually pretty tough.
Hey, nice level up.
The first one is actually going to be a sprite that you're familiar with.
If the sprite's name was Papoy, we're playing the wrong game.
Let's just use it. Let's see what it does. I'm just now picturing P.O. Box doing like the Superman thing with his shirt, cloak, and it just unleashes an explosion. Oh, that thing where it makes you face down every time. But now it's obvious. But you are getting sleepy. Sleepy. Nobody ever expects the red dragons.
Not a good thing to run into when you're falling asleep.
What's in here? Blue dragon! Vengeance is a dish best served with...
Our weakest attacker's going first.
With a side of rice? We save charges. Now, it's been a while since I fought the next... Well, the last two anyway, so... Let's see, the first one... Oh, 999 HP!